How's it going there, guys? Helmsy here. Thank you for joining me today. What we're going to talk about is the DREADBLADES, the Outlaw Rogue artifact weapon. What I want to cover is, first of all, I'm going to go over all of the talent choices that you can pick, the talent choices that I believe are the best picks to pick first. And we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna kind of talk about why you should go for the ones that I suggest first. So let's hop into it. So first, you of course, this is a gimme. As soon as you get your Dreadblades, you automatically have Curse of the Dreadblades, which is an amazing ability. I like it a lot. It goes extremely well with either Buried Treasure, the Roll the Bones perk, which increases your energy regen by I think 25%. For the duration of the buff, which is it's kind of like a mini adrenaline rush, a fourth of adrenaline rush's power, but for a lot longer possibly. It also goes really well with adrenaline rush. The way that I like to do things is I like to go ahead and pop adrenaline rush, pop your Dreadblades, and then I like to use pistol shot followed by run through for a ton of damage. I find that this does really well, and I find that this is the best use of that combo, of both of those abilities. Now, both of them are obviously subject to change in PvP, but in PvE, I do believe that that is the best combo that you can possibly do. From there, you only have one direction to go, and that is left, which is Cursed Edges. Increases damage dealt by Saber Slash by 15%. You can't, I mean, that's just a flat increase to your damage. You can't get anything better than that, than just a flat increase to damage or crit chance, something like that. Those are just some of the best things about these talents. If you go down, you'll see Blade Dancer. Your energy regeneration is reduced by 10% less while Blade Fury is active. Now this one hits that you're so strange. It's like a double negative, reduced by 10% less. You know, it's reduced and less, and it threw me for a loop the first time I heard it. And I finally kind of came to my senses, and now I understand it. All it's saying is that whenever your Blade Fury is active, which it oftentimes will be in PvE, not so much in PvP, but you actually your energy regen is reduced by 10%. So you're actually regenerating your energy 10% slower. So effectively, this is just simply mitigating that. It's taking it completely out of the equation. So your energy regen is just normal once you stack this up to 3 times. Now, if you go north from here, or up, sorry, I don't know why I said north, you have Fate's Thirst, which is a 404 rank, increases damage dealt by run through by 32%, which again, this is just a flat increase, which is great. Now, what I'm going to suggest you do is I'm going to suggest you go from Cursed Blades to obviously Cursed Edges, and then up to Fate's Thirst, and then come over to Fatebringer. What Fatebringer does is it reduces the energy cost of finishing moves by 12. This is extremely good since your run through only costs 23 energy now, as opposed to 35 energy before. So it's a very good one. Then next, you're going to want to come over here to Ghostly Shell. The Dreadblades heal you for 2% of your maximum health for each effect cleared by Cloak of Shadows. And this will stack up to 3 times, so it'll actually go up to 6% for each effect cleared by Cloak of Shadows, or resisted for the duration. That's an important one to put on there because, if an Affliction lock has dotted you up, you pop Cloak, and he tries to dot you up again in that, that's, oh gosh, what would that be? That's going to be math. Come on, I got a math here. So you're looking at 6% of your health per ability. He's got 6 abilities, so you're looking at 36% of your health that you're going to get back because you clear 3 abilities, and then on top of that, he tries to re-dot you with 3 more abilities. This might not happen all the time. You might just get that flat 18% health back, but still 18% health is a solid amount. Then you're going to want to go down to Greed, which has a passive for your Dreadblades. Run through occasionally awakens the Dreadblades, unleashing a sweeping attack against all nearby enemies for 74,000 damage. Or it's going to change in Battlegrounds, of course, and as you have different gear. So, enemies for X amount, physical damage, and healing you for X amount. What it's looking like is about 2/3 of the damage. No, actually more than that. Probably 4/5 of the damage, closer to that, per target hit. So, I mean, this can actually, in the perfect storm, this is going to be able to completely heal you up from like 20% you know, in PvE situations, it's going to happen a lot more than PvP situations. But if you have a ton of mobs around you, this procs, you're at low health, boom, all of a sudden, you know, you get like for me, it's going to deal a bunch of damage to everybody in the area, and then it's going to give me back 60k per target hit. So if I'm in a mob in PvE with a ton of people around me, it's going to just top me off. Same thing if I don't know what you could do like with Beast Cleave. If you were playing Beast Cleave, which I know it's not a popular comp right now in threes, but say it comes back, they have what is it? Wolves, Elemental, Paladin wouldn't really be able to support that with the Guardian anymore, and then you have your Hunter, your Beast Mastery Hunter coming out with I don't know, it's like Stable Rush. I don't remember. But if they do all that stuff to you and that procs, that right there is going to be just a ton of healing that you get back. So it is a good thing. Plus, any help to rogue survivability is going to be a massive help, as we don't have much survivability really. We have a hot that we can put on ourselves for 30% of your maximum health over 6 seconds, but that's about it. So I definitely think that this is the way to go first, and then from here for PvP, for PvE, you can obviously snag this one if you want, which is Hidden Blade. Successfully using ambush guarantees your next saber slash will strike an additional target. For any rogue out there in PvP that's an outlaw rogue or knows anything about outlaw rogues, you know already that nobody opens with ambush. And if you open with ambush, you know, in any kind of a battleground or anything like that, it's usually wasted. I mean, think about it. You could either put out about 60k damage in one hit, or you can stun them for 4 seconds, either forcing the trinket, which is a 3-minute cooldown, or forcing them to sit for 4 seconds while you get probably 300k of damage in, you know, 300k plus, depending on if you want to burst or not. So I don't see this being at all useful in PvP PvP. But in PvE, I do see it being useful because you always open with an ambush as a rogue. You know, you don't really have any reason to control unless it's a special request. So that's it for that. Let's see. I'm gonna cover this one first because I'm not gonna go this way. I'm actually gonna go this way, up here to the right. But Fortune Strikes is a 3 of 3 passive again. All of these are passive, really, except for the Dreadblades. Combat Potency generates 1 additional energy. Now, Combat Potency can be defined right here. Your offhand attacks have a chance to generate 15 energy. This isn't bad, but I don't think this is nearly as good as any of the other stuff on this list. So it only increases potency it generates 1 additional. So, and you can stack it 3 times, meaning 3 additional. So why do 18 extra, you know, why get 3 extra onto your 15, so 18 total, and it doesn't proc all that often, so why do that when you could go up here and do increases crit strike chance of pistol shot by 6%, stacking up to 3 times, might I add. So you're going to finally be up to 18% increase on crit strike for it on pistol shot, which isn't bad. Pistol shot usually will crit for me on NPCs for something like 80. Normally on players you're looking at something like 60. So still it's not bad, but you also you're increasing the chance of it by a ton, by 18%. So it's definitely worth it. I like it a lot more than the idea of that. Then you go up here to Deception, which is only a 1 of 1. Activating Sprint causes Feint to activate for no energy cost. This is really, really nice because you get a free 30% damage mitigation for 5 seconds as long as you have the Elusiveness talent that goes along with Feint, which I imagine everybody does because I'm pretty sure it's really the only talent that you can go with in this talent tier that makes sense. But so if you're, you know, Sprint kind of becomes a 1-minute cooldown oh shit button. That's pretty much what it becomes, and for good reason, because I mean it's a free feint and you increase your speed. So if you're getting blown up, you pop this oh shit button and you sprint on out, and it's as easy as that. I mean, 30% damage mitigation while you're doing that. It doesn't cost you any energy. So you know, if you're tapped on energy, you can use that still free of charge and still get your 30% damage mitigation for 5 seconds. Next, we're just going to keep going to the right here. Increases damage dealt by main gauge by 10%. Now main gauge is your mastery right there. Your main hand attacks have a 48.8, or in your case, X, because it can be whatever your mastery is. Chance to trigger an attack with your offhand that deals, again, it's X. For me, it's 22,227. Physical damage, again, it's based off of your mastery, so yours will probably be different. Then you go from there to here, which is Blunderbuss, which is again another rank 1 of 1, and again another elite talent. I didn't really cover that, but you have at the end of your weapons, one side or another, you're looking at your elite talents. The harder ones to get to, the better ones, the best ones that you can possibly get, are on either end of the spectrum here. Anyway, when Saber Slash strikes an additional time, there is a 33% chance that your next pistol shot will be replaced with Blunderbuss. Blunderbuss. Yeah, there we go. You draw a concealed Blunderbuss and fire a quick shot at the target, dealing just about 100k damage and reducing movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. So pretty much all it is it's an increase of, I believe, 60,000 damage to the target, which is really good. And I mean, you're not going to get it constantly because it is only if Saber Slash strikes an additional time. So you're going to want to have Jolly Roger or something like that up to get this buff. But still, it's a very good one nonetheless. And I mean, you know, a chance to put out additional damage is great. So we're going to go ahead and come over here to Fortune's Boon, reducing the cooldown of Adrenaline Rush by 10 seconds. This is huge because Adrenaline, you know, and it stacks 3 times, so you eventually reduce it by 30 seconds. But it's on a 3-minute cooldown, so it eventually drop it down to about a 2-minute 30 cooldown. This coupled with True Bearing, you can actually just destroy that cooldown. You can diminish it and get it back up in well, if you check out my last video that I did, I actually had Adrenaline Rush up, I popped my Dread Blades, and I actually was able to get Killing Spree up, I think like 20 seconds after I used it. So instead of a 2-minute cooldown, my Killing Spree was on a 20-second cooldown. It was crazy. But this is just gonna do wonders for your Adrenaline Rush cooldown. Next, you're gonna go over to Blade Master, which is again another 1-of-1. While Riposte is active, you gain 1 combo point for each time you parry an attack. So this can, again, if you're facing something like Beast Cleave, this can help you a ton because, you know, things are hitting you. They're not going to stop hitting you just because you have something up. Players usually will, and they can change the aggro, but if you're covered in, you know, these players, you're not going to be able to tell. You're going to have to look at the what I guess I'm trying to say is it's gonna have a little bit of a delay, so you're gonna be able to get a lot of free combo points out of that, especially if you have a lot of enemies attacking you at once. Plus that damage is gonna be mitigated, so you're gonna be in a really good place to kind of turn around and go on the offensive. The next one is a 4-point ability talent, which is Black Powder, increasing damage dealt by Between the Eyes by 8%. So Between the Eyes already does a decent amount of damage. This again will stack up to about 32%. I say about exactly 32%. So your Between the Eyes already hits for about 125k. You know, again, depending for you guys because you have different weapons and stuff like that, or different item level. Your Dread Blades are at different item levels, so you'll be able to hit a little bit different on it. But I've actually been able to hit about 180k Between the Eyes crit in PvP. That was the highest one I've ever hit, and it was on a mage, so it was a low armored target, but still it hits like a truck anyway. And if you're going to increase its damage by a total of 32%, that is insane. So let's head on to Blurred Time, which is again another 1-of-1. During Adrenaline Rush, your ability cooldowns recover 15% faster. This is huge. The reason why, I kind of sounded gay there when I said huge, but anyway, the reason why is because you know, this is another great one that's coupled with True Bearing, so you're going to be able to just absolutely destroy your cooldown times. You know, if I had this, I could probably get this thing to drop down to about 15 seconds anyway, because it's already recovering 15 seconds faster. So it's gonna be insane to have all of this tree unlocked. I mean, and it's just gonna be impressive. Rogues are gonna be in such a good spot. I'm assuming everybody else has, you know, some really close stuff to these. And everyone's just going to be overpowered eventually, but I am so excited to get there on the rogue and just grind all of this stuff out and open up this whole tree, because you're gonna do so much damage. And I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some other things as opposed to just going over the tree. Such as these and the costs, your artifact power. So the first thing that I'll talk about, and I'll go ahead and open my inventory because I'm pretty sure I have a few things in here that'll help me talk about this. I don't think I dropped them in my bank. I think I actually did. All right, so the inventory is no help. Anyway, what you're gonna see with these is these are pretty much a gimme, I guess you could call them. All they're going to do is they're going to increase the item level of your Dreadblades by X amount. This one is 15%. It also gives you 1 rank to black powder, which if you don't remember what that is, that's the one that increases the damage dealt by between the eyes by 8%, and it's right there. So you notice how it has the blood around it, the blood seal. These are really good, and if you actually find some that are super strong, I believe I have one in the inventory. Something like that. Yeah, see this one, it's a minor trait, but it gives you actually 32 item levels, so it's pretty damn good so far. I mean, like 32 item levels is pretty good on your Dreadblades. I just jumped on accident, but it's pretty good. And then you go over to your other one, which is it gives me 22 item levels, because I picked it up at a later level, and it gives me 1 rank to Fate's Thirst, increases damage dealt by run through by 32%. Again, insanely good. It only gives me 1 rank, so it's only 8%, but still it gives me 22 item levels, which is very good. Now, how do you know that they'll fit in these sockets? It's pretty simple. It'll actually say Blood Artifact Relic, or Iron Artifact Relic, or Storm Artifact Relic whenever I unlock these. Sorry, yeah. In order to unlock this one, all you have to do is complete the Rogue Order Hall campaign, and it'll unlock that 3rd relic slot. So, I mean, it is definitely worth doing because, you know, it's free stuff that you get to put in here. So I will go ahead and talk about something that threw me for a little bit of a loop. So my thought on this was, okay, well, I believe I had my Blood Artifact Relic, something like right here. Here or in this one also, or I don't remember how it went. But it was in here. We'll say it's on this one. This only costed 375. Well, to go on to the next one, it was actually 800 artifact power. So what I had to do was I had to take it out of here and put it over here, because I thought it would be more expensive to put it over here, or put a little bit better to put it over here. And as it turns out, everything moves up at a flat rate. So as soon as I took it out of here, this one was no longer 375 to upgrade. It actually turned out that it also upgraded to, or it also, I don't know what to call it, like stepped up to 800 artifact power to upgrade it also. So I was kind of shit out of luck, and that didn't work. So everything that you'll see, so like cost right now is 1,000. If I were to remove this artifact, the iron artifact right here, 4th rank of this would also be 1,000. It wouldn't be whatever it was whenever I put this artifact on there. I mean, you guys might already know that. It kind of blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, well, crap, I thought it was like that, but it's not. And I just wanted to let you guys know that's what was up with it, you know, so you guys didn't fall into that same trap that I fell into. But anyway, that's going to conclude the whole explanation of the Outlaw Rogue Dreadblades. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I hope you agree with my viewpoint of going left before you end up going right, because survivability is a little bit more important than the damage. If you don't, let me know in the comments why you don't agree with me. If you do agree with me, you know, you can still leave a comment. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later. If you look below me, you'll see my previous video. If you look right over there, you'll see a related video to the video that you just watched. And then if you look right there, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily content. Peace!